Hello everybody, it's Mystic, and welcome back to my library. This is 5.5, and I am reacting to the final part of Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. I know that it's split into 5.5 and 5.55. I'm not sure if I'm going to do two separate videos, or if I'm just going to combine it all into one. I'll probably figure that out as I'm recording, depending on how long it takes. But yeah. Let's get started on this. I am super excited to see the end of this. And I've got to hurry up because it's Tuesday and the servers go down on Thursday. So I have to make sure that I have this finished by then. And I would still like to finish Eden. I did Coils. I still have to do Alexander or finish it. And I have to start Omega. I don't know that I'm going to get all of it done. I'm trying. But it's also been kind of a hectic week IRL. So, we will see. I'm going to try my best, but let's get started on this.
Ere we begin, I would like to offer my gratitude to Masters Thancred and Urianger. Tis no small feat to infiltrate the Imperial capital and live to tell the tale, much less in times of civil war. Thanks to them, we may plot our course in full knowledge of how the winds blow in Garlemald.
Full glad are we to have been of service. But verily, such dangers as we did encounter pale into insignificance next to those faced by our comrades. An Ascian, armed with the might of Bahamut, bent on bringing about the final days.
Theatrics. He sought only to make a show of the power at the Telophoroid's disposal. But since then we have seen no sign of this Fandaniel or his worm. And while we've done what we can to bolster our defenses, there's no telling where he might strike next.
Oh, Lisa's okay. She's right there.
Whenever and wherever it may be, we must use the intervening time to learn more of our enemy. 'Twas with this in mind that we dispatched scouts to investigate the towers.
Our advance party took longer than expected to return. And when they did, they tried to kill us. Luckily, I'd seen that sort of thing before, and we were able to restrain them before they did any harm. Then it was just a matter of letting the Porksies do their work.
So they were tempered then. Okay.
Are you saying they were tempered?
Once they'd come back to their senses, they told us everything they could. It seems that just as they were getting close to the tower, they heard an ear-splitting roar. And that was the last thing they remembered. But what worries me most is what they were saying right before they attacked. Glory be to Garlemald.
So they have a primal at their disposal. The question is it Bahamut, or is it Ultima, or is it somebody else?
The Tempered have heretofore ever been thralls to primal entities. Yet these hapless souls were compelled to accept a nation as the object of their devotion. This calleth into question all that we know of the condition.
So wait, the nation itself is the primal?
Would that the unsettling news ended there. Alas, there is more. Following the earlier reports of missing Amalja, we have learnt that other beast tribes have suffered similar losses. And we now have reason to believe that the abductions are connected to the appearance of the towers. Our scouts sighted black-garbed figures leading shackled Ixal in the direction of the tower in Dravania. The Temple Knights were able to intercept them before they could reach their destination, liberating the Ixal and apprehending their captors, each of whom was found to be equipped with Garlean arms and armor.
So the Empire is the common thread.
With the support of Xenos, it seems likely that Fandaniel has rallied a faction of the splintered Garlean army to the banner of the Telophoroi.
Lord Hien reached the same conclusion when I shared our findings with Doma. The plan had been to march on Garlemald from the east and west in order to force a peace treaty. But the situation has changed. Dealing with the threat of the towers must come first.
Yeah.
Given the nature of the enemy and the proven risk of tempering, I could think of few suitable candidates to aid in this task. But I am confident in my choice.
What?
Good to see her working with us, I think.
Resistant to primal influence as they are, They can investigate the towers without fear of being turned.
Oh, right. Okay.
We're glad to put our gifts to use, Commander.
Well, you are.
Gifted or not, going behind enemy lines remains a perilous undertaking. But we must know more if we're to strike back at our foe. I'm counting on you.
If it would give us the upper hand, I'd do it 100 times over. We won't let you down.
That concludes the briefing. You two, make ready and join your escort.
Are you certain about this, Arenvald?
I am. Come on, let's talk outside.
All right, interesting. But now I'm a little worried about Arenvald. I feel like they're bringing him back just so he could get killed. Oh no.
So you know, I've already gone through all the formalities at the Rising Stones. Made sure to inform Jamolva and Vmar at Ralga's Reach as well.
Arenvald, I admire your enthusiasm. But this is far more dangerous than anything you have done before.
I know the risks. And I also know what's in store if we don't stop Fandaniel from carrying out his plan. With this power of mine, I can make a difference. If I stood idly by, I would regret it for the rest of my life.
And you, Fordola? Is this what you want?
What are you asking me for? It's not like I have any say in the matter.
Don't pretend. We both know Commander Eldin gave you a chance to refuse. And you didn't.
So the Empire's finished, is it? Well, that's what they're all saying. That the great and glorious Garlemald slit its own throat. And now, from out of its twitching carcass crawls the Telophoroi with bloody Xenos at its head!
Yeah, kind of a nightmare.
I fought for Garlemald. Killed for Garlemald. What was I part of? I need to know. Whatever it is, I need to know.
That's a good question, honestly.
Very well. If your hearts are set on this, I shall not stand in your way.
I feel like I'd probably do the same thing in her situation because, like, everything she fought for now just kind of seems like a waste of time. That's frustrating. Fist bump. Aw, look at how little his hand is compared to Arenvald's.
If you've finished with your touching display of camaraderie, I have a question. Which tower are you planning to investigate, exactly?
Well, the one in Girabani is said to be tightly guarded. It's patrol after patrol out there, apparently. We'd be spotted before we got anywhere near it. Which is why we've set our sights on the one in Pagalthan instead. There shouldn't be anything like as many Imperials to worry about down there.
Even so, I doubt the local Amalja will look kindly on it if they catch you sneaking around in their territory.
Fordola and I had a chance to learn the lie of the land in our previous forays there. We might still find trouble, but at least we won't lose our way.
That's good. Unlike me that gets lost all the time.
Well, we'd best not keep them waiting any longer.
Mayhap when all of this is over, we could take another trip to Loxeld. I would have you know I've become a rather capable swimmer since our last visit.
He hasn't had a choice.
Ha! I'll believe that when I see it. Though, to be fair, getting into deep water does seem to be a scion's lot in life. Take care, eh?
Oh man, I'm getting bad feelings. Like, I feel like something's gonna happen. I like both of them, too. I really started to like Fordola in Stormblood and Arenvald.
It means a lot, you know. You coming with me.
I'll still owe you for saving my skin, don't I? Can't return the favour if I'm not there.
True.
I dare say you'll get your chance before long. That Fandaniel sounds like a tricky customer. Too much for the likes of me, anyway.
Does she still have her eyeball thing? I can't remember. I think she does.
But we both know I'd just be another soldier if it weren't for my gift. And I need to be a damn sight more than that given what's coming. I realise I can't hold a candle to a hero like the Warrior of Light or Alphinaud, for that matter. He might look like he's 12, but he's seen more action than most people see in a lifetime.
He might look like he's 12.
No, the fact is I'm nothing like them, and maybe I never will be. But I'll be damned if I don't try.
They're counting on me. On us. So let's give it our all.
Yeah, let's do it. Even though I'm worried about you. Both of you.
He does not want for conviction, that much is certain. So let us have faith in him. Him and Fordola both. While they see to the towers, I would attend to another task. Chasing down this lunar Bahamut.
Oh boy.
Oh, bloody thing. Can you hear me? It's Tataru. Oh, I'm happy to say we've managed to find Estinien.
Yay!
And I'm sorry to say he went running off again the moment we told him about Bahamut. But he did mutter something about heading to Ishgard, so if you're quick, you might still be able to catch him.
Okay.
Even if we set out this instant, he may already have left by the time we arrive. Have her send the bonanza to Ishgard. It may prove useful should we need to give chase.
True.
Gladly. I'll see to it as soon as Kryl and I get back to the Rising Stones. Good luck.
Thank you.
While you go off on your dragoon hunt, Urianger and I will return to headquarters. We have much to tell the others.
Alrighty. Sounds like everybody's got a
I wish you
plan.
every success in your search for our elusive friend. May we all meet again ere long.
No sign of him. Not that I've ever met him before, but the way Alphinaud goes on about him, I'm fairly sure I could pick him out in a crowd.
She's never met Estinien? Oh, that's right. She would have never met Estinien. Huh, that's true.
Speaking of which, it does seem awfully quiet. If the erstwhile Azure Dragoon had returned to Ishgard, would it not be a source of general excitement?
First the Scion's Coinkeeper, and now you.
There he is.
I'm beginning to think these meetings are more than mere coincidence. Not that I'm complaining. It's been too long.
Oh, he thinks...
Too long?
He thinks she's Alphinaud.
You look an ilm taller and twice as rugged. It suits you, Alphinaud. Quieter, though. Have you been giving him lessons on how to be the strong, silent type?
She is gonna kick him.
I am not Alphinaud!
Whoops.
If the two of you are such firm friends, perhaps you should remember what he looks like. And what do you mean, rugged? Ugh! Had my brother mentioned what an oaf you are, I'd never have bothered looking for you in the first place.
Oh my god.
Estinien Wormblood, the Azure Dragoon.
Oh, he's gonna fanboy
he who
again.
fought and felled the dread worm Nidhogg at the Warrior of Light's side. To think the day would come
Oh no.
when I should see this living legend with my own eyes.
He's got a sparkle in his eye.
Would someone mind explaining what is going on?
Wait, did he not know Alphinaud was a twin?
Is everything all right?
Oh, there he
I
is.
thought I heard Alize shouting. Estinien! It's been too long.
This is the best reunion ever. Alize sulking.
No, it's quite understandable. That was hardly the first time we've been confused for one another. Nor, I suspect, will it be the last.
Well, I, for one, will not be making that mistake again.
Wise.
What I will
yes.
say, for the second time today, is that you've grown. Inside and out. I can tell.
One can't remain a spoiled little lordling forever, you know.
He really has. I love his whole story arc. Just he's gotten to be such a strong character.
At least someone's having a good time. You know, when we were growing up, Alphinaud would never befriend other boys because he couldn't stand the thought of not being in charge. But maybe that's changed. He seems just as happy around Estinien as he does Arenvald.
It's true. Perhaps he sees them as brothers he never had. I think he will learn to talk with people rather than at them. Well, you can't keep them all to yourself forever. I think I'm gonna go with that one, because he really has changed with that.
I wouldn't be so sure. He still loves nothing better than the sound of his own voice.
Is
No rest for the righteous, eh? Speaking of which, I was just on my way to borrow an airship to take me to Azisla.
Is Graha still making googly eyes?
Azisla? How could I forget? The dragon with whom Bahamut shared the deepest of bonds.
Aye, Tiamat, his mate. Even now she remains imprisoned on Azisla, though her remorse binds her faster than any shackle.
I wonder if we're gonna see Midgard Somer. We haven't seen him much.
As the one who first summoned Bahamut, you believe she may be able to shine some light on his latest incarnation?
He actually, I got to see him the other day because I started the Omega quest line, and it's like, oh wow, I totally forgot about him.
Might I suggest that we make the journey to Azisla together? I'm not sure if Tataru mentioned this, but we Scions have an airship of our own now.
It's true.
I see no reason why not. Assuming your sister can bear the thought of sharing a deck with me.
Be my guest. But confuse me with Alphinaud again, and I'll throw you overboard.
I love this.
Ugh! I don't know who he thinks he is, but he's nothing like Alphinaud painted him to be.
He's Estinien.
I will admit, he is not exactly as I imagined him either. Based on what I had read of the man, I think I was expecting someone a little less blunt?
What did you read about him that made you think he would be less blunt? I love Graha so much. I love how much he fanboys over everybody. It's so friggin' wholesome. My sire's mortal companion, what bringeth thee back to this forsaken place, child of man? I will never not feel bad for Tiamat. Like, seriously.
It's plain she knows naught of recent events. Perhaps you should enlighten her.
Oh god, where to start? Ah, that my sins should be repeated. I sensed not the faintest stirring. As to who... As to who... I can't tell when she's done speaking. As to who called him forth, I know of none save the dragons of Mericidia, our children. The Icon claimed their souls when he first manifested, and robbed of their will, they became tools for the Allagan's dark designs.
I've seen it with my own eyes. Captives of a lost empire, neither alive nor dead, existing only to preserve Bahamut's corporeal form.
Binding coils of Bahamut. Okay, now I know why I needed to play that. Yes, the dragons of Mericidia are at the mercy of this Ascian. There can be no other explanation. Accursed Ascians, vile minions of darkness. Again, you would profane the memory of my beloved and strip our children of their freedom, their dignity. Are there no depths to which you would not stoop?
Your children's pain means nothing to them. They laugh at your kind suffering. But tears will not right this wrong, nor will lamentation see the perpetrators punished.
What wouldst thou have for me, Slayer of Dragons?
Behavior befitting a great worm. We came here To ask mighty Tiamat of the First Brood, consort of Bahamut, mother of the dragons of Mericidia, what she intends to do about the crimes committed against her children.
I mean, what can she do if she's trapped?
Santalan infan antosk, Kous lent on.
Were I free, I would answer thine insolence with fire, but words shall have to suffice.
Ale o esk an in, ale cum ac in.
Recall, mortals, that it was I who did first summon my beloved, praying with all my being to bring him forth. You who contend with icons cannot well be ignorant of the consequence.
You too were exposed to his influence. That you are yet in possession of your own will is testament to the indomitable strength of your soul. But were you to meet with Bahamut again, you fear you might succumb.
Es snoska dramon kin, nestra in, illes I, nesh al, and ala.
Indeed, ask the Dragon Slayer, and he will tell thee the power we of the First Brood wield. Were I to lose myself to the Icon's influence, all would pay the price. Okay, so maybe it's a good thing she's trapped. But it is of little matter, for even had I the strength to resist, I yet lack the strength to break my shackles. This prison shall be my tomb.
On the matter of Bahamut's influence, at least, I believe we can be of some assistance.
Time to summon
if
a
you're
porksy.
afraid of being enthralled, don't be. We have a cure. And while we've never tried it on one such as you, its basic principles are universal.
Speakest thou in earnest?
There is no future for those bound to the past. That you committed a terrible sin, I do not dispute. But if you feel remorse, you may yet make amends. We offer you that chance. Take it, or you will forever remain a prisoner, not of these cruel shackles, but of your own guilt.
Sahaan, Setso, Kin Bahamut, and
A chance to make amends, to lay Bahamut's memory to rest.
Ansumon, na an ingles, snaloles dish an, na ala an ul an sin an stan in.
When our own star faced annihilation, Hydaelyn granted us sanctuary, and now your foes would bring about her destruction. This I cannot allow. For the debt I owe to Hydaelyn and to all who have suffered for my sins, I shall fight with you, children of man. Ooh, I think we might be letting her go. Ah, such warmth, the frost that shrouded my soul doth begin to thaw. But what are these? Visions of days long forgotten, of war with the men of Alag. Wherefore do such baleful memories return to me now? Could it be that the process of restoring her soul to its pre-tempered state is awakening ancient memories? Or might the opposite be true? If so, by helping her to recall the past, we may be able to speed her recovery. Celeste, she trusts you. Speak to her. Ask her to help you to tell you of times past. Tell me of your war with the men of Alag. Wicked, bloodthirsty creatures, not content with their own lands. They've brought fire and death to Mericidia, our home. The tale began when Bahamut and I left our father's side. We took wing in search of a place to make our eyrie. Beyond the southern ocean, we discovered a lush and fertile land. It would come known as Mericidia by the children of men, though many years were to pass before they crossed the seas. Upon our arrival, we were welcomed by the peaceful people of the forest, kin to the trees. Surrounded by nature's bounty, Bahamut and I had found a place to raise our young. Fascinating. This correlates with the writings of the Charlayan scholar Rarusha. She posits that man first settled on the southern continent towards the end of the Second Astral Era, correctly, it would appear. If only she were with us to hear the tale from Tiamat herself. When first the children of man arrived on our shores, no foot did they set in those places over which we held dominion. Such was their fear of dragonkind, and as they kept their distance, so did we let them be. Yet as the days went by, ship after ship appeared upon the horizon, bearing even more of their brethren, who divided the vast land among themselves. For a time they knew peace and prosperity, but as their numbers grew, the smaller their share came to seem, and soon they began to covet the territory of their fellows. Ere long, man fought man, blood was answered with blood, and none could see an end to the strife, until one day they came to us. Recognizing our wisdom, they entreated us to intercede in their conflicts. Bahamut agreed, and with him, presiding over the affairs of men, the land knew peace once more. Alas, those golden days of harmony too were fated to end, for the men of Alag slew my beloved, and I, in my rage and sorrow, heeded the envenomed words of the Ascians. The rest, thou knowest only too well. So yet again, people were betrayed, or other beings were betrayed by people. This is what happened to the kobolds too. People suck. In real life and in games. But your tale doesn't have to end there. When you are free, we'll rid the world of the Ascians together, and you and your beloved will have justice. You okay, Alize? Fine sentiments, but you're almost spent. I'll keep watch from above. If the treatment fails, run. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I swear, when this is over... Keep going, Alize. The magic is working.
No! I'm almost there!
Okay, but be careful. You got this.
This is it, Angelo!
Es ließ an. Mich es tai.
Yes, I feel it. The icon's grip groweth weak.
Did it work?
Well, I think so.
We won't know for certain until the shackles are removed.
Task in Santal Ankin in way.
Answer me this, children of man. Can my kindred be saved in like manner? Well, we hope so, but there's a lot of them.
Many have been subjected to the Allagan's dark arts. Their flesh irrevocably altered. For such tortured souls, I fear there can be no salvation.
Ankin.
My children.
Slosk an ol fol kail an. Slosk seth som in an.
Should you hearken unto my call, we shall fly together once more, but should you not, I shall grant you peace.
One Lis an. Do old an.
Better to die than live as a tool of evil. You too would wish this, I know, and I shall do as I must. Ugh.
When that time comes, you won't be alone. We'll stand by you.
So not only has she been imprisoned for who knows how long, but now she may have to kill her children. Ugh. I always feel bad for her. She's been through so much. Thou hast my gratitude, little one.
Alphinaud's ready. It's time. Do it. And let's hope the treatment worked as it should.
Oh man, she's had spikes through her? Imagine the muscle cramps. Hang on. Bahamut, my beloved. For vengeance and atonement I rise.
By the gods!
Urianger, your timing could not be better.
Uh-oh.
Understood, we're on our way.
What now?
It's Bahamut. He's been sighted over Pagalthan. He flies for the largest Amalja settlement in the region, at the head of a vast host, including dragons.
Oh, good.
Did you hear all that, Alphinaud? You'd best rejoin your comrades. I'll make my own way. Our enemy awaits. Shall we?
I like how he just casually jumps onto a dragon. Like, that's completely normal. Telotherium. Lunar Bahamut. Are we gonna see a dragon fight? Are we? We are! Oh. Nice job, Estinien. Oh no! Tiamat! Oh, Tiamat's okay. Okay, good. Children of man, the shade of my beloved is no more, and I shall be forever in your debt. By your deeds we are set free, and free we shall remain, as long as I draw breath. Never again shall the dragons of Mericidia hearken to the lies of the Ascians. This I vow.
Noble warriors, the dragons chose their friends well.
Ixal?
Long have
Oh,
our
Amalja.
peoples waged war, but no more. Your fallen lie beside our own. By our words and deeds shall we honor their sacrifice.
You would make peace with Ul'dah then? We would be proud to call you our allies? Yeah.
The enemy of our enemy is our friend. And you have proven yourselves worthy of our trust. It is the Garleans who are deserving of our fury.
Yeah, they're deserving of a lot of people's fury right now.
I shall see that my brethren learn the truth of this day, and rally as many as possible to the cause, till we meet again.
Alright, we got another one on our side.
And thus did we make allies of the Amalja.
It would certainly seem that way. The Sultana will be pleased. Let's go and give her the good news, shall we?
Yes, let's do that. Yeah, we still gotta deal with those towers. Sometime earlier inside the Pagalthan Tower. Oh no. Wait. What?
What in Ralga's name happened here?
That's a good question.
The gods only know. But you can bet these poor sods aren't here by choice.
Quickly! We've got to get them free!
I'm not sure you're going to be able to.
Get back!
No. What have I done?
I don't know.
It's too late for them. We're leaving, now.
Uh-oh. Is that Ifrit?
No. No!
Don't you dare! We came together and we're leaving together!
Oh no. That looked like Ifrit. Like a lunar version? Huh.
Fordola, have you been waiting here all this time?
We have done what we can. The rest is up to him.
Oh no.
May we see him?
I do not think that wise. You must let him sleep.
Thank you for bringing him back. He owes you his life. I just wish I had been there. Perhaps, I don't know. Perhaps I could have...
Oh my god.
Could have what? Got tempered? Don't flatter yourself. You can't save everyone. No one can. Not even the warrior of bloody light.
It's true. I've tried, but I can't.
People die all the time, for no good reason. And those who take up the sword die quicker than most. If you're going to shed a tear every time a soldier falls on the battlefield, you'd best stay away. It's no place for the weak of heart.
Poor Alphinaud.
It may be that victory cannot be won without cost. But all life is precious, and I refuse to shrug at its loss.
All life is precious!
Oh, don't taunt him.
Oh, you need to grow up, little man. Before your sparkling ideals get everyone killed.
Okay, he's done a lot of growing though, Fordola. Let's not right now, okay? I get that she's frustrated and upset too, but please don't take it out on him.
You're right. He is idealistic. But the world has more than its fair share of realists, like you and me. It's people like him who dare to dream that things could be better and make it happen against all the odds. They are the ones whose names live on forever. The heroes.
Aw, Estinien.
The battlefield's littered with would-be heroes. At this rate, you'll lot'll be next. And what'll become of your precious dreams then? They'll be gone. Like dust on the wind.
I feel like the reason she's acting like this right now is because of how her parents met their end, specifically her father, because he tried to do the noble thing. He tried to help people that didn't want anything to do with him, and he got killed for it, protecting her. So I feel like right now she's lashing out, and honestly, it's really understandable, but please don't pick on Alphinaud. I get it, though. I understand where she's coming from.
Dreams worth fighting for don't die so easily.
Your Grace, pray forgive us our lateness.
Think not of that. I understand a close comrade of yours was wounded in the line of duty. Arenvald. It was at the Alliance's behest that he risked all, and we are grieved to hear of his condition. Rest assured, he will receive the finest care our chirurgeons can provide. On that you have my word. Now, we would share with you the findings of the mission. Pippin, pray relate to our guests the details of Fordola's account.
First Bahamut, now Ifrit. Or lunar Ifrit, as Fandaniel would doubtless have it.
'Tis now all but certain that the towers were conceived to facilitate the summoning of primals by those imprisoned within.
So then that makes me wonder, the towers that are scattered throughout the realm, does each one have a specific primal in it depending on who they've captured? So, I mean, I know the kobolds came to our side, but we haven't gotten all of them, right? So could there be like a lunar titan and a lunar Garuda or Shiva? That's kind of a scary thought.
Less certain is the means by which the Telophoroi constrain the wills of said entities to enact their designs in defiance of the pleas of their victims.
Mayhap they do not. If mere proximity to the towers is enough to make loyal servants of the Empire's mortal enemies, it stands to reason that the same is true for those held captive. They invoke their gods for the good of Garlemald, and in their disturbed state of mind, summon a primal whose form reflects their own alteration.
It all begins to make sense. Upon closer inspection, I realized that the towers bear a striking resemblance to a much larger structure which Urianger and I observed from afar during our visit to the Imperial capital. Assuming it too is capable of tempering those in its immediate vicinity, it would go some way to explain the swiftness with which the Telophoroi managed to rally so many Imperials to their cause.
Yep.
While the situation in Garlemald is indeed troubling, I fear we have more immediate concerns. Ifrit was not the only primal summoned. At approximately the same time, observers at several other towers bore witness to the emergence of further such entities.
Well, there's my theory.
For a blessing, none appear to wield aught approaching the destructive power of Bahamut, and the Grand Companies are moving to deal with the threat even as we speak.
You need only tell me where they are. Yeah.
Though we are aware that the task will not be easy, we would call upon the Scions only as a last resort. Pray, conserve your strength for now. After all, it was not so very long ago that you rid us of Bahamut. On which note, I am pleased to report that our talks with the Amalja have reached an agreeable conclusion. They have pledged their full support to our cause.
Nice.
It is our hope that this historic agreement will encourage other tribes to join us at the negotiating table. And I know that I speak for all of the Allied leaders when I say that we will welcome them with open arms at such time as they do. Of course, this was only made possible by the feats of heroism performed at Paglfan. Moreover, we shall not allow the sacrifices of those fallen in battle to have been made in vain. As hope leads to victory, shall victory lead to a new dawn for Eorzea.
May these words ever be our guide, Your Grace.
Now, if you will forgive me, I must consult with the Syndicate on the matter of our new allies' integration. Till next we meet, my friends, I bid you safe travels and blessed respite.
If only we could have a respite. It really is good to see everybody again, although, like, I feel like a lot of them are getting hurt, and that's not great.
Welcome back. I expect you must all be exhausted. Ere you take your rest, however, I would beg a moment of your time.
Sure, what's up?
Thanks to Arenvald's selfless efforts, we may now be confident that we understand the function of the towers. But many questions remain regarding the reason for the summonings, and what lurks behind the looming edifice in Garlemald. Until such questions are answered, we will struggle to devise an effective strategy for thwarting the Telophoroi's stated aim. Nothing less than the destruction of this star. And so, given the gravity of the situation, I move that we petition the aid of Sharlayan.
I'm surprised we haven't done it already.
'Tis possible the ancient knowledge preserved within their archives may hide a clue to our enemy's methods. But given Sharlayan's established policy of non-intervention, our former colleagues are not like to aid us in its discovery.
Oh, I well remember what they're like. The Forum's barefaced refusal to assist you in the days prior to the calamity must rank as Sharlayan's most shameful act since the Exodus. But were the final days to be reenacted,
it would spell doom for us all. Surely even they cannot turn a blind eye to that.
Hopefully not.
I trust we are all of the same mind on this matter. Urgent as it seemed, I took the liberty of petitioning the Alliance for leave to act as Eorzea's emissary, and have since received their blessing.
I presume your role as a student of Baldessian will carry some weight with the Forum?
One can but hope. If truth be told, our organization has been a shadow of its former self ever since the disappearance of the Isle of Val. But the name does still retain some degree of prestige. I only pray it will be enough. If there are no objections, I shall depart for Sharlayan at once. But before I do, I should also mention the other matter to which I would devote some time during my stay.
What's that?
After hearing what transpired in the first, I began to question the true nature of Hydaelyn's blessing. A topic I have discussed at some length with Y'shtola.
We were wondering, when was the last time Hydaelyn spoke to you directly?
That's a good question. When was the last time Hydaelyn spoke to us directly? The day in the Crystarium. That wasn't directly, though. She spoke to everybody. I think it was the end of the Dragon Song War.
When you regained her blessing, was it not?
Right.
But never since. Not in all your time in the First, when you faced the Unsundered, the very heart of Zodiark.
It's true.
History shows us that Hydaelyn is able to awaken the echo in her chosen, convey her will directly, and grant the blessing of light. To our knowledge, however, she has not sought to intervene in man's affairs for some considerable time.
Might not the explanation for that lie with her choice of champion? Mayhap she is content to trust in her judgment.
I don't think that's the case.
Mayhap she is. But following my initial discussion with Kryl, I made inquiries of my own. And as far as I'm able to tell, Hydaelyn has not made her will known to anyone.
Is Hydaelyn still alive?
During my time in the First, the Oracle of Light spoke to me through Reen. But that was not the will of Hydaelyn. It was Minfilia herself.
Right.
Indeed. And while she and Hydaelyn were inextricably linked, Minfilia yet acted of her own volition. A messenger, yes, but one who spoke with her own voice.
Yep.
I wonder, could Hydaelyn's silence suggest the presence of some disruptive force, perhaps? Some obstacle to communication? While I share Urianger's high opinion of your conduct, I see no reason why she would deny you her guidance altogether. Then again, who am I to say? The fact is, we simply don't know. But if the explanation is to be found anywhere, I can think of worse places to look than the archives of Sharlayan, and their research on the Ethereal Sea in particular. Resolved though I am to go, believe me when I say that I take no pleasure in the thought of leaving you a member short. Now, of all times, Estinien, we stand on the eve of a struggle that will decide the fate of this star. One in which we Scions may play a telling part, yet we are but few in number. And so I must ask you again, will you join us?
We could use him. Oh, look at his face!
You see the world the way you want it to be. I see the world the way it is. You are idealistic to a fault. But
He's
I know
such a sad puppy.
you would never turn your back on those in need. Never close your eyes to their suffering. And somehow, your deeds lend truth to your words, giving the lie to my doubts in so doing. I have seen others draw strength from your belief. In Ishgard, in Alamigo, you inspired them to stand up and fight. To win, no less. And even when you lost those you held dear, you carried their spirit with you and made their memory your guiding light. The burden of so many hopes and dreams would be too heavy for most to bear. But you bear it willingly, as you have shown me. Some dreams are too important to let go. If you have need of my strength, it's yours. After all you've done, how could I refuse?
Yay.
Thank you, Estinien. Whatever challenges await us, I shall not falter. You have my word.
And now, I may bid you farewell. Safe in the knowledge that all is as it should be. In this little corner of the world, at least.
Okay, but you better be safe, because I don't think Alphinaud or I could handle anything else.
You will be sorely missed. Tread warily in Sharlayan, and do try not to let the Forum embroil you in their politics. A forlorn hope, I know, given the individuals involved.
I shall do my very best. Farewell.
Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace, I was waiting for that meanwhile.
Well, does this one meet with your approval? Apparently not. Or could it be that you're still upset about the dragons?
You are unwise to remind me of so costly a failure. It will not affect our plans, I trust.
Oh, hardly at all. Though, admittedly, the chances of us being able to procure any more Mericidian dragons are rather slimmer following Tiamat's reappearance. Oh, but the seeds have been sown, my lord. We have only to wait for them to quicken. Speaking of preparations, is it safe to assume that you will be ready to control you-know-what?
The hour draws nigh. This nation, forged for Ascian ends, will finally prove its worth.
You know what? I'm still thinking it's Ultima.
A mighty empire, now no more than an instrument of this star's destruction. What a pleasure it will be to put it to use.
That is a lot of weapons.
Which brings me back to our earlier topic. My lord, while I appreciate that it is not an easy decision, it really is past time you chose your weapon.
There is one that I have been meaning to test.
Well, well, not quite what I was expecting. Though I will say, it does seem rather apt.
What? You're not gonna show us? What did he choose? Okay, so that is the end of 5.5. I was going to combine everything into one video, but I think that's probably going to make things too long. I feel like 5.55 might end up being kind of a long one, at least as far as cutscenes go. There's only a few quests in it, but it's the last patch of Shadowbringers, so my guess is it's going to probably be a little lengthy. I'm going to probably record it right after this because I do want to get these both done before the servers go down on Thursday, along with hopefully finishing the raid. So I'm going to end this here, and we will pick up with 5.55 in the next episode. Hopefully you all enjoyed. I really, really, really liked the interaction between Estinien and not only Alphinaud, but Alice. Like, that was amazing. I love the interactions between the three of them. The whole story of Tiamat, I'm glad that finally got resolved because I have just felt really bad for her for a very long time. And I am looking forward to seeing the conclusion of Shadowbringers. It has been such an amazing ride, and I'm ready to see where it concludes and start getting hype. I mean, I'm already hyped for Endwalker, but like now that I'm going to be finally having the story done, I feel like I'm going to be even more hype. So I will see you in the next episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and follow all the social media stuffs down below. And I will see you next time. Bye!